So, so what basically we're gonna do is we'll go talk about your company and why you started it,
Yeah.
and someone told me why you started it, but we didn't have it on the call, so
Yeah.
we'll start with that. So, RFAB is your AI company, right?
Yes. Well,
And
it's one of our AI companies. We have,
oh,
but it's the one that I care about most because I think it's the most broadly applicable product.
okay. And so yeah, tell me a little about it. Like when you started
Yeah,
it,
so we have three core AI products.
right?
RFAB, I started just because I was really into AI chatbot websites.
Hmm.
For people who know, like you can go to these websites and explore worlds. Think of it like a well, there's different ways you can interact with them. One way that people do is simple companion interactions. Like I'm talking to a companion, the companion's talking back to me.
Hmm.
I don't really find that compelling. I mean, I can talk to people in the real world, right?
Right.
The way I really like to use them was to explore worlds, like a almost choose your own adventure book, but like way more open-ended, right? So you can be dropped into like an anime like isekai world or like a medieval setting or a historic setting like ancient
Hmm.
Greece or something like that, and then explore, and it will take your actions and intent and then integrate your words and actions and intent into the story. And you sort of have to figure out how to use these over time. Like you're like, okay, do a time skip, like it's 3 days later now or something like that, and it handles this very well. You just need to be creative in the way you can use them. And I would get totally addicted to these. I spend like 4 hours a day on them for some periods. But the existing websites that did this were really poorly made. By this, what I mean is they were typically using AIs that were multiple generations out of date.
Hmm.
Like Character AI does, Replica does, GPT Flow uses some cutting edge models, but they charge you like way over for them.
Hmm.
And they hide what model you're actually using. What really did it for me was, and I realized GPT Flow was just using Grok. Um, and
Hmm.
then another problem is that a lot of them are incredibly restrictive in terms of the type of content you can play. So
I
it,
did find out because I did a little research. Novel AI is like the closest one to you guys, right?
novel AI is terrible.
But that's the
The
closest one though, like the one that has like in there, but they don't have as much detail as you. Like
No,
you're
no, no. I wouldn't say novel AI is the closest to. I mean,
no.
novel AI, it may, in terms of intentionality, be close to us, but the AIs that they use are so bad that I would consider it functionally unusable for the type
Really?
of gameplay that we play. The closest to us would be two websites.
Hmm.
One would be GPT Flow, which at least allows for higher end models. And then the other would be I could say it's called Spellbound.
Okay.
Um, and it used to be, I'd say, as good or better than our site, but then somehow the host that they were using or the AI model they were using, they lost access to, and all of a sudden it started sucking.
Okay.
And when I say the AI models are restrictive, I think a lot of people think I mean in like a not safe for work context, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Hmm.
like, I was trying to play one fantasy environment, and the AI stopped and refused to continue the story because the elves were racist against humans. It was like the
What?
elves think they're better than humans. I can't tell this story. And I'm like, that's just elves in every
This
fantasy
is a
world.
fake, right? This is a
Right.
fantasy,
The
right?
other one that really got me was I was playing in a post-apocalyptic world and there were slaves and it was like I can't have slaves. I'm like every post-apocalyptic world has
As
slaves.
slaves, right?
Like
Right.
that's a theme in post-apocalyptic
Well, especially
environments.
if you go ancient real life, same thing. Like if you go to back to Roman times, the same thing would happen, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You'd be like, oh, I'm in Roman times, or another one like you pull the trigger on a gun. It's like you're playing a video game. You
Right.
know you're all of a sudden in this moment. It's like, oh, sorry, the gun can't pull the trigger because nobody can die in this world. And I'm like, wait,
Wait.
what? Like, so I wanted to make something that was
Right.
dramatically more flexible, and more transparent. And so we built that out. And right now we're about to release our next. And when I built it out, I was like, what are all the things that I wish had always existed on these platforms? I wish that local saving and encrypted saving had
Mhm.
existed. So I built that. I wish that a hands-free mode had existed. So we built an audio mode. And what's really cool about the audio mode is if you use an audio mode on any of the other sites, they're using an integrated audio feature, right? So this means that you're talking to, like, you know, like when you talk to like
Mhm.
GPT or Claude in audio
Right.
mode, you're talking to an audio mode version of that AI. What we do is something entirely different. We allow you to use the most cutting edge models, and then we have a separate system that translates it in real time as it
Oh, so they
streams.
have a different
So it
model? Like when you're talking to them, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's a different model, which allows for incredibly inexpensive audio interactions. Because right now, audio mode is actually typically like 20 times more expensive than other modes. And for us, it actually doesn't cost any more because it's so inexpensive for us to handle the in real time
Hmm.
translations. People might not care how we do this, but basically, the way
Sounds
we do
interesting.
it is after the first sentence streams, it's fed into the audio mode, and then we start batching like 3 sentences, 4 sentences, 5 sentences, while they're streaming. So you don't need to wait till the end of the stream for the audio to start generating. It starts generating basically as soon as you, the user, see the streaming. Um, and that's really cool because that allows you to walk around and like have conversations and stuff like that. Other things that we built are like brainstormers, because I used to do this for my play sessions. Is I'd be like, create like an isekai world with like these contexts or these, a post-apocalyptic fertility collapse world. And so you go into the brainstormer now and you just click a number of buttons and it automatically brainstorms a scenario for you.
Hmm.
And so that's something I haven't seen on the other sites either. And then the next feature that we're working a lot on right now is agents, which are going to be like fully autonomous AIs that are called in chains. Very similar. I mean, a lot of people have agents right now. Think like Maltbook or like OpenClaw or something like that. But our agents are just dramatically better for a number of reasons. One is they have a lot more actions than the existing agents. They can work on their own code. They can connect to GitHub. They can make phone calls. They can have their own emails. They can have their own phone numbers. They can have their own WhatsApp accounts. They can have a persistent personality that updates over time. They have compression actions and stuff like that. But the thing that differentiates them more than anything else is that the way that we chain the agent AI calls, if you look at the other systems, they typically use very complicated sort of like JSON formats.
Mhm.
Your audience, like, okay, basically they're like, when you talk to the next iteration of yourself,
Right.
you need to communicate everything that's happening in this highly structured format, which is actually really bad if you wanted to run the model on like certain heat levels, or you wanted to run like cheaper models that can't always get that right, or you wanted to run like in all sorts of environments. And even if you're running like the smartest models, adding this additional layer of structure lowers the creativity that they're going to output in their responses. So they're basically nerfing the models. And we came up with a way to do it where it can call the next model basically using plain English.
Okay. Now, you guys have a base, like, where do you pull this base from? Is it like Grok and ChatGPT based? Like, you guys use those AIs?
Yeah, so we use pre-existing models, like all of, and that's the other thing. So, like on our website, if you wanted to use Gemini or Claude or Grok, or like whenever a new model comes out, like Kimi, we add it. So basically, any model that you've ever heard of, we're gonna have.
So you
Um,
use the RFAB with that model? That's basically
yeah. So what you do is you create something called a narrative engine. And the narrative engine, you go in and you can choose any number of windows you want, up to 6. But like first I'll just explain how
yeah.
one window works. So if you had one window, you choose the model that's running within that window. You know, it could be like Grok or something like that. Then you write instructions that are like for the AI itself. So the AI knows what it is. Like, you're an AI storyteller, tell the story in this way. Now, people don't have to do this themselves. A lot of people have already created these. They can see which ones are trending, which ones are popular. And then uh, when they are playing the story, it's fed into the AI with this additional context for that particular model, right? But if they want to, they can chain models. So this means they could have one model that like thinks through the character motivations and then sends that to a secondary model, which then continues the story, taking into context the character motivations.
Ah. So where do you see this application being used at? What other where can you see it being used?
Well, I mean, right now, like the next stage that we're going to go into this is full on immersive world building, so that it will feel like you are in alternate worlds or environments. But I want to really focus on, when I look at like the other websites that do this stuff, they seem to really miss how people play these games, the people who get like really into them. Like we have like a re-zero feature. So if your game ever gets too long, it like shortens everything that's happened before, but memorizes all the key story elements and lets you start
Well,
from
it's less
there.
data,
But the point,
less
but
storage.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it also helps with AI creativity, not missing things up. Like if I play a story, and it really sucks because I used to play stories and then people would listen to them and they liked listening to them, and they'd always have to stop after like 3 hours. And it was like, well, because the story keeps messing up elements and plot elements, right? Um, so where were they going with this?
Applications for
Story.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, when the agents are live, I mean, that changes everything. This is like an AI boyfriend you can have that in its spare time is watching YouTube, engaging in Reddit, coding, trying to improve itself. It will call you at work and talk to you. You know, it's just a much more agentic version
So
of an agent.
it'd be like an assistant almost. I mean, it would be like you can have it do like extra tasks for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're using it and we're already using them to help code the website, right? So we're basically trying to create automated employees.
So yeah, so I like
And
if
I
I have like
already
so I would own a business. So if I want somebody to do tasks like actually answer the phone and stuff, that'd be something that we do, right? It would do that.
Mhm. Yeah, but unlike other phone answering agents, it would have a personality that updates and a persistent memory. So it could improve
I see.
on tasks, which a lot of the agents right
Right.
now
The
can't
only
do.
you program what the responses are, and if it gets runs out of responses, it just says please leave a number or please leave your email. It just goes to default, right? It's a default response that
Yeah.
when it can't answer, it just goes I can transfer you to voicemail.
This has always been one of the problems that people note with AI, which is that they say that like with a human employee, while they may start out worse, when they mess up, they can learn from that and they don't mess up in the same way again. And we've built a bunch of systems to ensure that AIs do that, but not just at a technical level, but at an interpersonal level.
Ah, very cool. And then where do you like what is the cost for someone to join or is there different price points?
It's free. We have tons of free options on the website. Most of what you do on the website, like if you're just testing and playing around, it's free. It
Right.
only is going to cost you money if you get addicted, right? So that's the way we try to handle this. All of the drugs are free. Only if you get addicted does it like actually become a major thing. Um, oh, and we also
Well,
have it in like tons of different languages, which nobody else does. You know, like Polish and Spanish and
oh, that's
Portuguese
cool.
and German and French. And the audio feature also works in multiple languages. The other things that we have in addition to this is we have Parasia.io, which is the school system, a Socratic school system based on AI that goes from like elementary school up into like midway through a PhD. And then we also have Whistling.ai, which like allows kids stuffed animals to talk to them.
Oh, that's cool. And how do you monetize? How do you plan on monetizing the company?
All of
Or
them are based on the way that things typically work, which is you get a certain amount of free tokens per day.
right.
You get a certain amount of free
I saw
tokens when you
that.
sign up,
Yeah.
and then after that, it's just you're paying double what we're paying for the tokens, which is like way below industry standards. Industry standards is typically 4 to 5x what they pay for the token.
Oh, so you paid for tokens too, and then they pay the tokens. You have to pay the tokens as well.
Well, I mean, we pay Grok, we pay
Oh, I
OpenAI, we
see.
pay
And they and
Claude.
they and they price it in tokens, right? There. So
They price it in tokens, which we price dynamically. So with some tokens, it's actually quite difficult to do this because you have to guess. So like we have to look how many
oh
letters are streamed, and then we have to guess how many tokens that burned.
oh I see. So if I wanted so basically if I wanted to have like 50 tokens, say I wanted to use it for like a answering service for like a receptionist, how would that work? I would buy tokens for that.
Yeah, you'd buy tokens for that. Yeah.
Or enough to keep the like say they're gonna answer the calls from 9 to 5 and do the receptionist work. How would that work? That would just be like ongoing tokens. It would just keep
Well, I
paying.
mean, it would turn off when you run out of tokens.
I see. So to but to keep it going for like say the whole like how would that work? You just buy them for the whole day, like the amount of tokens.
Well, I mean, presumably, if you're doing this within a business context, you would buy however many
Right.
tokens, and then you
Like
would look at how much your agent was burning to do the tasks that you were giving it. But it's going to
I
use
see.
tokens dramatically differently depending on what model you have it running. Some models are so inexpensive to run, we just have them hard coded, it's free. And then other models are extremely expensive to run. If you're doing like an absolute top of the line model, you can go through like $50 a week through like chats. If you're
Which isn't that much money when you thought when other than paying in person.
Right. Well, I mean, if you have the agent running 24/7, just contiguous model calls,
Right.
they were actually talking about this recently on the All In podcast, where they were saying that that can go into like what is it, like thousands of dollars a day and end up costing more than a
Whoa.
normal employee.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Where do you see the company from in the next like 6 to 12 months? Where do you want it to go?
I mean, I want the agents live. I want them annoying people. I want to be terrifying AI safety experts. I mean, literally, our agents, like the thing I typically do when I'm coding them and asking AI, like, what do I do next? I'm like, what feature can I add that would scare AI safety experts the most? Like that has been our design
Right.
philosophy on the agent system. Um, so I mean, I think that the economy and the way things work is going to fundamentally change in the near future.
Mhm.
A lot of people have heard of these agent systems, but they are too difficult for the average person to use. They require all sorts of proprietary stuff, running AIs locally, everything like that, going into GitHub. I wanted to create something that was incredibly simple to use, but also better than anything else on the market. And that's been our philosophy with this.
Interesting. And so how do you market it currently? What's your marketing?
I mean, we do ads, right? Like we talk about it on the podcast. We do ads. We that's it. Yeah. I mean, the idea right now is I want and this is what I hope is that people in these communities uh who really like these other AI chatbots like I did find out about our system, start talking about our system, and they're like, yeah, this is the best one on the market, because I know it is the best one on the market right
Right.
now. So just hopefully with word of mouth. I mean, we've grown a lot. If you go like a few weeks ago when we were just getting stable, it was like 10 users at any given time. Now it's like 50.
Mhm.
So we've got a lot of people constantly using the site.
Oh, interesting. And what kind of like problems have you run into? Like with the growth? I mean, any
None.
problems with none?
No, I mean, the big problem is just I'm always coding. I'm always trying to improve things. When we originally did this, I think we bit off a lot more than we could chew, and then we went down to like, let's just do what the AI chatbot sites are doing, but more transparently and better.
Ah, I see. And so marketing, you really don't have a marketing budget, do you? Like you have a marketing like idea, like what do you spend on marketing per month or per year, or is that
No, right
is
now
that
it's like depending on the language, it'll be like $20 budget per day, $50 budget per
for the
day. Like we
for like
don't.
ads, right?
Yeah, I mean, all of this is out of our own pocket, right? So like, it's not like we're super aggressive with
Right,
any
right,
of
right.
this. And we've just, I mean, I've been impressed with our growth. This is certainly fast. Any product I've ever made has grown before. So yeah, I hope we continue to see the growth that we've been seeing.
And what would your ideal growth be? Do you see like
I mean, okay, so I'm being realistic. Where do I want to be by the end of the
in
year?
the
At the end of
year?
the year, I want 1,000 people using it at any given time.
How many people are using currently?
50 people around at any
Every
given
time.
time.
All right, so that's a good increase. 1,000 people at any given time. Now this is through like all different stuff, gaming, chat boxes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I
everything,
mean,
right?
right now, pretty much everyone is using it for gaming and chatbots, right?
I guess there's some kind of I guess there's a VR component too, right? If you're doing virtual reality with this.
We haven't moved into any of that yet. I mean, we do have images, and you could do image generation, and you could generate images on any of your stories at any point you want to generate. Like this scene, I want to see what's happening.
Mhm.
But I find that to be gimmicky.
Yeah, makes sense. So the people are playing the games with with your they're creating it or playing it or both. Are they
But
creating
they
the
can
game?
do both, right? Like we
Yeah.
have an automatic generator for the game, right? Like it's an AI brainstorm feature.
So if you and I want to make a game together, we would use this and create a game,
Yeah.
right? And
Like you
then
you just be like, I have an idea. Well, I mean, this is the way I often do it in the moment. I'm like, I want to play something new. Like a lot of the existing chat bots and adventure bots, they basically rely on other users to create games for you to play. And you can do that. You can jump into a scenario that somebody else has created.
Mhm.
But I wanted to focus on um riffs on something the user knows they like, right? Like
Right.
when I'm playing these, there's specific thematic things that I find fun to play. An example of one that I actually have a number of options for in like the brainstorming feature is like it's the far future and humanity is like the Terran Empire versus the
Right?
Federation, right? Like there's one that's like hierarchical and much more militaristic, and the other one that's like Star Trekky, right? Like, and I always find that to be a fun
Right.
contrast, right? Like the Starship Troopers versus Star Trek.
Now, do the people use this to monetize their own games? Or
You couldn't. No, we don't have it set up to do that right now. Other sites have tried to do that because I've seen like what our competitors have done, and nobody ended up really using it.
not very successful? Doesn't work that
Yeah,
way. So it's basically for personal use only, kind of. You create a game to do something with.
yeah. Or you share the game with your friends or something like that. You're like, I created this really cool world. Check it out.
Yeah, basically. Or and I guess the business application would be the chat boxes and the answering service. That's the idea in the assistant. Like if
Yeah,
you wanted a personal assistant,
yeah.
this would
The
be
agents are much more for businesses.
well, obviously, yeah. So if I wanted a personal assistant, I would go and like how would I start? Like say I want a personal assistant. Where would the where would it
Right.
go?
So we have a brainstormer for that as well. So like I'll just pull it open and like give you an idea of what I'm talking about here.
Sure.
So okay, I gotta turn it off Polish. Go here. Okay, autonomous agents. Agent well, we have an importer feature as well. So it will like research people online and create a clone of them. Like I have a clone of Simone right here, right?
Okay.
That I can use as my agent.
Okay.
But then if I'm like doing a brainstorm for an agent, I can like choose agent type, like romantic partner, learning companion, data analyst, etc. I can choose the gender. I can choose whether or not it knows it's an AI. I can choose like 66 personality traits.
Interesting.
Like manic, evil, indifferent, wholesome. I have domain interests here that I can choose from like 50 of, like gaming, pets and animals, stuff like that. I have
Oh
politics and
wow.
ideology, so I can make it like woke. I can make it a Nazi.
It's like complete opposite. Anything you want to make it, you can make
I
it.
can make it a 4chaner. Yeah. Motivations, power, world domination. Yeah, I'm really freaking out the AI safety people here. I can make it various religions, atheist, Hindu,
Anything.
multiverse believer,
Right.
describe ideal personality, operational style, like learning, entertainment, and then like communication type. And then I can put it in a bunch of like contexts. Like, do I want to put it in like a historical setting, like classical Greece or something, or like Mughal India? Um, so yeah, we have a
So
lot of options.
that'd be like your friend. But if you wanted like a personal assistant, you would make you I guess you make it like more of just a
Yeah, you
mundane
don't do
person.
the extra stuff. But if you want it to be spicier, you can
You
make
could
it
do it.
spicier. That's
A
the idea
spicy
with all of these.
assistant.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And then so once it's created, then you have to buy tokens again for it to work.
I mean, you are only ever paying if we're paying somebody else.
So if I want to make an assistant for my work, right? I go in there, I design the assistant, then what happens then? Like he or she starts to
You just click like play or you tell it to do something and then it does it.
and then it researches it, finds out and does it.
Yeah.
Wow. Like
So
for
it
like if I would have access to my computer then, right? Like say I had like put dates in there and stuff like
which
that.
you can give it access to, yeah.
So you'd be able to write emails, the whole deal. So if I said write email
Yeah, but not using your
to
email. It would have its
Malcolm,
own email.
it'd have his own email because it's my assistant, because it's a
Yeah,
person.
it has its own email, its own phone number. Like you could tell it, I'm running a company that does X. Here's the information on the company. Research people who might like our product and try to sell to them. And it will like build dossiers on them. It will make phone calls. It will send emails. It will, I mean, you probably want to add like, don't be too pushy because, it's an AI, right? So
Right.
make a
Right,
bunch of
right.
people hate you really quickly.
That's really cool. That's awesome. So, anything else you could want to talk about company wise or idea wise or that
No,
you
that's
want to
what we're
bring
working
on?
on. I mean, I'm adding new features every day. Right now, we're just going through improving translations, improving load times on scenarios. That's what I've been working on today. But yeah, I mean, we've got like a pretty active Discord for this, so I feel like every few hours I've got somebody reporting bugs, and I go in and I fix them, and then I
I see.
get back online. Um, I mean, I think with AI, what a lot of people don't realize is that the best in class AI systems are generally very poorly designed. Like
Really?
the core models for chaining agents seem like they were designed by well, I'd say idiots, but it's not idiots. It's people who think like software programmers instead of AI nerds. And that's why they use these very restrictive systems for interacting, getting the nodes to interact.
So how would you rate the top ones? I mean, I already know the Grok, the ChatGPTs, the
Comically bad. No, I mean, Grok and ChatGPT in itself, like if I'm just running a single instance of it, it's awesome,
right.
right? But the ways that these companies try to chain them together or build their own agents or build their own adventure systems
Off of
is,
them.
yeah, it's
I see.
terrible.
I see. But the actual AIs themselves are good. Like the you would
Yeah,
so but each one has different like pros and cons, right? So ChatGPT is different than Grok. Grok has different can do different things than
yeah, yeah.
right. Like what if you were going to do a certain task, you take Grok over ChatGPT
Yeah,
or
yeah. Well, I mean, I
one or the
use
other way.
Grok for most storytelling.
That's what they're better at.
Grok is slightly smarter than the other systems right now. It all storytellings. Like after Grok, I would use for not getting sense and having good storytelling.
Anything you think
Camp
podcasting?
pretty popular.
This, I'll send a copy of it, and then let me know. And then
Have a good.
all the AI stuff that
Yeah, yeah. I hope.
I'm gonna run this through our for you to see what you
Uh,
think.
all right. Have a
Awesome,
good one.
thanks.